Welcome back! Episode 7 of this series of 24. You're still with us. I'm impressed. Okay, today we're going to deal with the first of a two-part episode on doing what you love. You know, I have this entrepreneurial friend of mine whose mantra is, do what you love what you do. And I love that mantra. I like the song that says, do what you love and the money will follow. Here's the catch. If you Google do what you love, you are going to get so many responses who are naysayers of the entire notion. They say, stop telling people to do what they love. Chasing after your passion and doing what you love will only result in failure. You'll lose everything. I found one post from an article where the author said, doing what you love was the worst piece of advice they had ever received. So of course I had to read the article because I wanted to find out why. And they had an interesting point. What they said was, we're not single beings. We're multifaceted beings. We don't have just one thing that we're passionate about. So how could we possibly go after one thing and say, this is my passion and that's what I'm going to do? And they went on to say, most people end up doing what they want to do. And I almost bought it. Because it makes sense, right? I was almost there with them. Until they got to that last part, because I don't believe that people end up doing what they're supposed to do. I think people end up settling. They end up doing what they're good at or what's responsible for them to do. And life is meant to be lived, not merely endured or settled for. So I have to respectfully disagree. I don't think that we should not go after our passions. In fact, I'm a big believer in following your passion. But here's what happens when people say if you follow your passion, people who start their own business and try to go after doing what they want to do end up failing miserably and losing everything. I think that's because they really don't know what they want to do and they really aren't following their passion. Here's what happens. Most people say, okay, I love to cook. I'm going to go start my own restaurant, my own bakery, whatever it is. And the idea that they have is it's all going to be wonderful. They get to have their own hours, live their own life, have their own business and cook and bake and do all the fun stuff. Great, that's awesome. But when you start out, ask any entrepreneur. It's not easy. And you have to do everything. It's not just cooking. You've got to deal with the receivables and the people who bring you your produce and your supplies. You have to deal with bills, angry customers. You have to clean the toilets. And nobody likes cleaning toilets. So when you start out, it's not all fun and roses. And people who get into that quit when it gets hard. That's why businesses fail, because they're not truly passionate about it. But here's the other side of that coin. If you're in the restaurant business or you enjoy cooking and you're working for somebody else, guess what? You're still going to have to deal with vendors and angry customers and maybe cleaning the toilets. You're just going to do it for somebody else. If that's your passion, chase it. And if you want to work for someone else or start your own business, that's awesome. Just understand it's not going to always be easy, regardless of what path you take. And that leaves us with my favorite question. Why? Why do some people follow their passions and succeed, while others follow their passions and fail miserably? We're going to deal with that on part 2 of this episode on this series of 24.